collection of data in the humanities and social sciences, establishing a digital repository. So I'll just get
Hopefully I don't have to speak French.
Sorry?
I don't have to speak French.
No, I don't think
okay,
you do.
okay.
I don't think you
And while he gets it up there, thank you very much, and thank you, Anne, for giving the introduction. So I don't have to tell you about what is Antarctic. It's about what I'm collecting. What is it about? So it's about you, and you will see my second slide why I tell you that, because it is definitely about you. So the whole thing, when it started, and Taco is sitting there, and we have the Brazilians, the Chileans, Argentina. So in 2018, I gave a data management workshop for the social sciences and humanities. So I started about 10 years back in the environment, and I realized, but what are these social scientists doing with their data, kind of thing? It's like, you know, scientific data is there, but so that's where it all started. And I must actually thank Taku, because I should write a manual for what I'm doing. I am actually the only person working on the ALSA. I am the only one knowing what's going on. I know all the things that's wrong, I know all the things that's right. So luckily I started this document. Taku is not yet finished, but it's in the draft. So here we go. Here we go. Wow. So there's an increase in data in this regard, or material. I know we call it data, but I would like to call it material. It's for me much more comprehensive. It's recognized as crucial in the world of research these days. It's not, you can't separate human research. It enhances perceptions of the environment and preserve data in the polar region for the future. So the Legacy Archive, I'm quickly going to give you a quick introduction. Luckily, Anne has done part of that for me, so I can skip that. Go into the processes, and that's probably the main thing what this presentation is about. If you want to create a legacy archive for your country, for your institution, for your people that's working in the polar, in the end, hopefully you can take this manual and apply it as such within your environment with your software. So I will go just quickly past the FAIR principles, and I've got a link on here, but I've got a slide in case it's not working, and show you the archive, because that's what it's all about. So as I said, what it's all about. So I'm not joking. It is about you. There's Anne right there in the middle, and Anne is there on the second of the right. If you can't see, this is supposed to be working, but it does not.
It was working.
Okay, so
The laser, yeah.
okay, is it going? So it's about people. We've actually got a GOV team on there from the RSPB, people sitting right there in front. So what am I about? I am about people, and you will see it in my last slide as well. So this is about people. You can't do research, you can't have a crew, you can't have a ship. Remember on the first day I said to them, okay, you're going to build a new ship. Where's the photos? Where's the stories? Where's all that? The ship is great, it's doing that research for us, getting all the data. But what is a legacy database about? It's about heritage, it's about culture, it's about a legacy, and it's about humanities. My question when I give a training to the overwintering team, so every overwintering team that I'm going and I go to chat, and I say, it's your responsibility. I can't keep your legacy alive. So actually, all of you sitting here, if you are not storing your material somewhere, it's your responsibility. It's not somebody else's. You've got to go and look for somebody to preserve it for you on a digital way. And the project is now part of this. This one, it looks like. So I love these flow diagrams, love these business plans, and that's when I started with the legacy database. I realized I've got to know, but where am I going with this? So if you take this diagram and take it to your environment or to your country or to your whatever data center, you should be able to start your own legacy archive. That's the whole idea of this presentation, and the whole of the idea of creating a manual in the end. So if we look at, I'm not going too much into detail, and I don't think you can see, but it's to preserve the material. So what is the material all about? So it's first going to the digital repository, yes. So everything is going to be digitalized. There's a bibliography, and I think we're now at about 4,000 records, and there's about 10,000 that I still got to do. I'm currently only one in the archive. It's not always. I am not always getting everything done as I would like. Then exhibitions is part of preserving. Because we preserve, but then we can tell people that we must even preserve that exhibition. A book collection is very interesting. You guys talking about Tristan de Cunha, there's was a person when I just started, and she's got a book collection that she's collected over the years, and she donated to us. So I started a library. Although I'm digitizing on the one side, I'm collecting paper books on the other side, but it's still preserving. And currently we've done all the books that's been published by the Antarctic Legacy of South Africa are all digitally available, except for those that's not more than 5 years old. And then we've got a society profilers. And this is the most difficult thing to keep up to date, because it means that every second year I write an email to everybody within South Africa and say, can I please get your details? Send me your new email address. And then I get all these emails back. This email address doesn't exist anymore. So clutter my whole inbox. But you are to do it. If you want to make a success of a legacy archive, you have to do it, unfortunately. What's very, very important is keeping an online presence. So when I started, we were just grabbing all this material and putting it in this big black hole. And what do you do with it? There's no researchers using the material. Why do you need to get an archive or a legacy archive? So then I started the ALSA website. From that became the social media out of ALSA, and then the Department of Environment and the Department of Science Innovation. The SAG website is now administered by the ALSA project. And as Anne mentioned, all those things will hopefully move over to SACRI. I'm working on a free cycle grant here, so I'm not sure if I'm got to work next year, but we'll see. So the promote section of this manual is just as important as preserving. It doesn't help you collect books and you don't do anything, and you can just go and pulp them. If you collect information, you must make it available, and you must make it accessible for. It's all those fair principles, but it's so important getting the word out there of what you are doing. And I just want to take a step back, especially South Africa. I know you can't leave what the World Cup has done to the minds of people. And we've got this brilliant history in Antarctica. So we've got to tell the people, it makes them proud. It makes us proud. It makes me very proud. So sorry, Alex, every time when I give a presentation, public talk, I would say, and this is the SA colors. It was the only vessel at that time that can go to find the endurance. So, we've got to be proud of what we can do. So, and I think it is very important that the legacy archive must keep that alive as well. Digital media workshops, there's all our digital media. I think everybody took, there are still a few screensavers, but what's more important than the screensaver, please take one of these stickers. There's the QR code. You can get to all our social media. You can get to the archive and to both websites. And if you cut it out, you can use it as a, what do you call it? A toaster. And look at it every time and think, oh, no, that woman's. Currently, just for interesting sake, is that I'm busy adding all the tweets and all the Instagram posts and all the Facebook posts and all the posts, getting it on the archive. But it is a huge job because we've got a very good person at social media, I'm sure, and there's more than 6,000 tweets, so it's going to take a while. But what's important, and I took this picture specifically, is that how do you preserve somebody's legacy? So we've got here Prof. Hendrik Stroker, Peter Stroker. His name is that. So he was one of the first people that was involved in atmospheric sciences in Sinai. When I became part of the project, every Friday you would phone down to Antarctica to speak there. And he died 2 years back. And you know what? I've gone to his place and to his daughter and tried to get photos from him. Out of his whole collection, and I mean his whole collection of, I think it was about 5,000 slides, articles. It's only in the news articles, in ordinary, like in that little town, little paper. There's no photos of himself. It's only about his science. It was a little bit of tragic, but his life was science, and science was his life, kind of thing. So it's really interesting. So his heritage is all the science that left behind, but for these people, that his family, nothing else. That's our minister of Department of Forestry, Fish and Environment. So keeping all this on the archive, keeping all this on media. We've got to tell the people what we are doing with their money. I'm getting the money, it's funded by the government. So all this is important. So going here, I'm not sure how many minutes left.
You have 5 to, and then 5 for questions.
Okay, so I'll just carry on. You can take that and you can go everywhere. So it's based on DSPACE. So if you go onto DSPACE, I'm quickly going it. We divide it in something very, very commonly and very easily. So it's documents, multimedia, photo gallery. When you go onto the archive itself, I'm not going there. Just worried it's gonna glitch. So I've tried to make it more user-friendly. User experience, user X, you obviously all know that, and it will tell you what is on documents. It's like official documents. We've got now a new section specifically SAPRI documents. It's takeover document, vessel voyages. You of Tristan da Cunha would find that interesting because voyages is gone to Tristan da Cunha, and it will give you the list of passengers and whoever is there. Takeover documents as well. They're multimedia, and when I first got it, there was only 3 sections. It was documents, and under documents it was newsletters, and under and then we've got a photo gallery, and that was about it. And I bought in multimedia, and the archive is kind of, although we think the archive is something dead, it's actually a living thing. It's got to move on with the requests and the needs of the user in there. This is a very, very important part of the archive, and that's where it all started. It was starting only with the overwintering teams. Only the overwintering teams was being recorded, the images, the diaries, and videos, and other documents. So the photo gallery is the most prominent, and if you can see, they're right down at the bottom, Tristan da Cunha. So we've got that set of photos also there. So this is how we developed it. First was just Sanai, Kof, and Marion, and moved to more. This is how the archive is actually looking. So you would be able to click on the photos, but if you click right on photo gallery, you will be able to see the whole collection, because on this front end, you can't put everything there, there's too much in there. So you'll be able to browse, you will be able to discover, and so forth. So going forward, I quickly want to, you will all find this on it. There's copyright, it tells you specifically what it is about. Just this paragraph here. So, the Scientific Committee on Antarctic Research report, some, say to you specifically which information is private and cannot be used for open access, and you would have to contact me or whoever is the archive administrator at that stage. How to navigate, this is all on the archive. So this is all about building a legacy archive. What do you need? Incorrect information. There's even a section that if people find that I've named something wrong or this wrong metadata, because I definitely don't know all the people. There's 25,000 records. I think there's about 10,000, more than 10,000 these photos. There's no way that I can know everybody. How to contribute to the archive is also there. So all this is to build your legacy archive. It tells you the description, how you've got to fill it in. And this is very important because you've got to go back and I'm coming back to that person, to the human behind the science, the vessel, whoever it is. I'm not going to spend too much time here, but just to say there's free and open, there's got to be a privacy statement. The consent of material, we need consent from our laws and policies that are accessible. It must be in a format and a size that people can download. And why do you use it? Why do you have an answer that nobody can use? And interoperable and reusable. And that is the great thing currently, is that I know that it has been used by different organizations all over the world at this stage. So that's the old one. That's how it looks. And that's the new one. So you've always got to assess and evaluate. And I think somebody, I can't pronounce that. Yeah. He gave a very good section on that, and I made a few notes myself. So I will implement that into statistics. Statistics help you to know, is it a success or not? Is people looking at your archive? So why are you spending so much time on it? It's to improve it, to see what are the how many things have been used on the archive. It's great to see those amounts of views there, you know, but somebody's looking at it. I'm not sure always who. Because search is what you have to have access, but since the NRF policy is now the most important factor, and this is what I've got, update the contact list every year, and an annual letter to contribute this. Thank you for making your collection available. You've got to speak to the person. You've got to ask them. You've got to thank them. We need their input. It's you. We need your input into the archive. We need it. And once again, helping ALSA getting all this information. And if you want to design an archive, this is so important. Digital repository. And that's starting the whole process. And there, if you can, it's not very clearly, but there's like a figure inside the word cloud. And as I said, if not for humans, we would not have documents, no research, no maintenance, no expedition. We need to preserve the South African. So thank you for me. And then I saw I left the rest of your sermon out. I was just looking at it. I'm very sorry, I will give him an updated one. Please ask. Please come and take that you can have the QR code at the archive. Please contact me. If you say anything that you think is incorrect, please let me know so I can change it.
Indeed. Thank you very much.